Hey, what's going on, you guys? Jordan over here at the Movie Den. I hope you all are doing well. So guys, today's video I'm going to be doing is kind of two things, actually. I'm going to be doing a review and unboxing for the new Second Sight release of The House of the Devil. However, Umbrella did release it last year as well. We have right here their version of House of the Devil. And so what I'm going to be doing is also comparing these two, and I'm going to talk about which ones that I think you guys should pick up. We're going to compare the special features, transfer, if there's really any difference, the booklets. I mean, we're going to talk about everything. So I don't want to waste any more time. We're going to go ahead and get started. So here we have Ty West 2009 House of the Devil, a new release from Second Sight. Now, this is Second Sight's second release of a Ty West film. The other one is The Sacrament, which is also a phenomenal film. Absolutely love this movie. Now, I've actually already done a review of the movie itself last year because of Umbrella's release of The House of the Devil. You guys can go check it out. I'll put it on the card up above, and I'll link it down below for you guys as well, if you guys want to go ahead and watch that so you can see my full thoughts on the movie. And of course, I'll make sure to link Second Sight's down below for you guys to pick up. Of course, over at the Movie Room, make sure to use my coupon code MovieDen10 for a one-time 10% off your order. But we're going to be doing a quick rundown of this since, like I said, I already did a review of it. So The House of the Devil follows Samantha, played by Jocelyn Donahue, who actually was in The Last Stop in Yuba County. Anyway, she plays this college student, and she has been looking for a new place to live, right? She has been living in a dorm with her friend, and she is not really about it. And she finally finds this house that she's going to rent by none other than actually Dee Wallace. So anyways, she's short on some money. So on campus, there's like a bulletin board saying they needed a babysitter. So she takes that, gives them a call, and she ends up going over there for the babysitting job. And it seems too good to be true. And she winds up being entangled in the middle of a satanic cult. That's pretty much what the movie is. Now, this film is a fun, creepy throwback to the late 70s and early 80s, or the Satanic Panic, which is really the theme of this. It's, I wouldn't say it's a satire, but it's a social commentary of the Satanic Panic. And Ty West absolutely nails the vibe of this with the way it's shot. It was shot on 16 millimeter. That's why you're really only getting a Blu-ray. Let's see what else. Oh, the music, the set designs are straight out of the late 70s, early 80s. It's just the overall, the film feels like it was lost and we are just finding it today. That's honestly what it feels like. So again, I'm not going to be doing like a full deep dive in-depth review of the movie just because I've done that before, but I really want to just focus on comparing these two so you guys can best decide which version you want to go with. And then after we talk about that, I'm going to go ahead and unbox this over my overhead cam so you guys can see everything this comes with, and that'll wrap it up, guys. So here is Second Sight's release. Now this release, they come in swinging with this because this comes with some exclusive special features that you are not getting with Umbrella. You're getting a Second Sight exclusive, like behind the scenes featurette, which is really good. I did check that out. But I think my favorite that is in here is they brought back Ty West, Jocelyn Donahue, I forget the actor's name, AJ Bowen, which his interview and Ty West's interview, those are the two I'd really check out because, especially with AJ Bowen, he is more of a writer than an actor, but he does act in some of his films. So his perspective and his approach to acting in this movie and talking about it is very, very interesting. You got new interviews from the composer. You got new interviews from the director of photography. You got new interviews from the producer. So you're getting a lot of interviews, and they're not short interviews. They're pretty lengthy. And I did critique Kino Lorber in the April Fool's Day release, which I guess that was more of a Shout Factory thing because they took all the stuff from Shout Factory. Those interviews I weren't a fan of because they really just talked about, you know, where they went to school, how they got into the business. This one really focused on each of their involvement in the movie and the process and all that stuff, which I'm more of a fan of. So awesome job, Second Sight, with those interviews. You guys killed it with that. And that feature is really awesome. So those are some of the special features you're getting with that. Everything else other than that featurette and the interviews, you are getting on the Umbrella release. Now with the Umbrella release, you are getting some stuff that you aren't getting on the second site. You are getting a brand new visual essay that does not appear on the second site release. You're also getting a featurette that is pretty decent that you are not getting on the second site release. One other big one is you are getting a short film. Now, I can't remember the name of the short film on the Umbrella release. It is House of the Devil. It's a short film that is on the Umbrella release for the House of the Devil that you are not getting in Second Sight's version of this movie. But like I said, other than that, everything else, which is really just deleted scenes, trailers, and a behind the scenes, is on both of these releases. And then as far as transfer goes, I mean, they're pretty much the exact same. I'll go ahead and put a picture up here for you. You guys can see for yourself. Personally, I see no difference at all. Now, a couple things that I will have to give to Umbrella, and I will say Umbrella does a really good job, is their packaging. And they're always phenomenal with their packaging. I think their box sets are, quite honestly, I think they're a little superior. I do like, especially this new design of box sets they've been doing for quite a bit. I also like how they put the slip covers in as well. With Second Sight, you know, you're not getting that. And then, of course, with art cards, you're getting loaded with art cards if that is your thing with Umbrella. As far as the booklets, they're pretty similar. They're both really good. They have some good stuff in there. Second Sight has a really good interview, kind of hearkening back to When a Stranger Calls and tying that in with the whole the babysitter horror thing that happened with around that time. You know, the call is coming from inside the house. I'm sure you guys all know that. They have a really good essay about that in Second Sight's release. But that's about the and Umbrellas is truly region free. That's about everything pros that I can give the Umbrella version over Second Sight's. Now, moving on to Second Sight's, I think their artwork is far better. I love this artwork, and we'll do closer shots, of course, on my overhead cam. So yes, the artwork I think is far superior. And I do prefer the interviews and stuff in here. I will say I do prefer the special features that are in this over Umbrella's release. Now, unfortunately, I think Second Sight's construction of their box sets aren't as nice as Umbrella's, and does not have the slip cover over their cases like Umbrella's does. And this is Region B locked, guys, because it is a Blu-ray. As you can see, I'll show you right here. Let's see if you guys can see that right there, Region B. So if you don't have a region-free player or like the Panasonic UB820, there's a little hack you can use. That's what I did until I got my region-free player, that I was able to watch these. So that is kind of a knock I have to give Second Sight. But that's kind of a quick comparison over the two. I'm going to move you guys over to my overhead cam like I keep saying. We're going to dive into this, show you everything. And afterwards, I'm going to tell you which one I prefer and which one I think you guys should get. All right, guys. So here we have Second Sight's newest release for the House of the Devil. So here is the front right there. And like I said earlier, I just think this artwork is so much better than the one we got from Umbrella. I think this fits the aesthetic of the movie way better. Everything. I love this artwork. So let's go ahead and take this little J card off. There is the back with all the special features. And of course, you guys can go ahead and pause the video if you'd like to go ahead and take a look at everything that this comes with. And trust me, it is loaded, especially with all of those interviews that they got. Amazing that they got all those guys back. So here is the spine right there, the House of the Devil. And then there is the back artwork. So that is the skull in the movie at the end when they pour the blood down into her mouth. Lovely. So let's go ahead and take everything out. Let's go ahead and go over everything this comes with. Let's go ahead and start with the disc itself. So there it is right there. Same artwork as the box right there. And then there is the back, again, with all of the special features and contents that comes in it. Like I said earlier, it is Region B locked, unfortunately. All right. And then in here, you are just getting your Blu-ray disc right there. So that is the case. So there it is right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the art cards that this comes with. So here you are. There is Samantha right there. That is the main artwork for the release from Second Sight. And there is the same artwork that's on the back of the rigid box. All right, and there's another shot of Samantha in front of the moon. And the moon, of course, as you guys know, plays an important role in the movie. There's this character. Now, I forget the name of this character here. They talk about it in the special features, and I'm sure they talk about it in the movie. I just can't remember the name. Another shot of Samantha right there. And of course, that is a great shot. I really like that art right there. That looks awesome. So there is all the art cards you are getting. You are getting 6 in total with this release. And that's pretty normal with all of Second Sight's releases. Most of the time you are getting 6 art cards with all their limited editions. All right, so there is that for you guys. And then lastly, you are getting your booklet. Now, this booklet is really awesome. They have been doing such a great job with their booklets this year so far, and they haven't slowed down yet. So there is the front of the booklet. There's your artwork. And there is the back. I'll go ahead and fan through the pages for you. So there you are. And then what you're getting is cast and crew. There's a lot of weirdos out there. Satanic Panic in Suburbia. Desperate for Money and Destined for Danger. Behind the Scenes, What Awaits the Babysitter. And Curiosity Killed the Babysitter. And then, of course, you got acknowledgement and production credits. So that is everything that you are going to be getting in this release from Second Sight Films. Guys, this is an awesome release. So there you are. The House of the Devil from Second Sight. All right, guys, so there it is. There's everything that you are getting in Second Sight's newest release of The House of the Devil. Now, guys, which one do I think you guys should get? That's tough. Part of me says it's a toss-up because they're both such great releases. It almost comes down to personal preference, but for me, if you don't have any of these, go with Second Sight's. And I'll tell you why. I think the kicker here is this is out of print and you're going to be paying a lot of money for this. This you can get, I don't remember the price, like 30 or 40 bucks. If you get it from the Movie Room's website and use my code, you'll save 10%. So there is that. You save a little money. So you're going to be saving on there. The artwork's better. I think the special features are better. However, unfortunately, if you don't have a region-free player, you can't really watch it. So it kind of comes with a caveat, right? If you're able to watch it, heck yeah, I would definitely go with this one. If you can't watch it, then you might have to fork out the money or see if they have, or get the slipcover version, which I think is still available. I'm not quite sure. Of course, I'll list both of these down below for you guys to check out. But since I have both, I prefer Second Sight's just because of the special features and the artwork and the booklet, I think is better, in my opinion. But guys, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys do decide to pick up the Second Sight release, make sure you use my code MovieDen10 over at the Movie Room. Save you a one-time 10% off your order. But guys, let me know down below. Did you pick this up or do you have this one? Are you debating which one to get? Let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. If you guys prefer the Umbrella one or if you guys prefer the Second Sight one, let me know. But guys, like I said, that's going to be it for you all today. You guys take care.